Duke Energy funds Florida climate resilience work. Duke Energy Foundation has awarded $300,000 to 13 organizations across Florida to advance projects ranging from coastal restoration and storm resilience to wildlife care, forestry, and community education. The funding expands a growing portfolio of environmental investments from the foundation, which has contributed more than $3.8 million to Florida-based sustainability programs since 2020. The support comes at a time when Florida continues to face mounting climate pressures, including higher intensity storms and widespread coastal vulnerability, documented in NOAA's recent disaster trends. Ecological needs and long-term resilience planning. 3 statewide initiatives received a combined $100,000 to address both immediate ecological needs and long-term resilience planning. The Nature Conservancy will use its funding to rehabilitate habitat and stabilize historic structures at the Gamble Place Preserve, a site that plays a meaningful role in regional ecosystem connectivity. The University of Florida Foundation will advance its Urban Futures program, which helps small and mid-sized cities collaborate on redevelopment strategies with storm resilience and the increasingly urgent need for communities grappling with flooding, aging infrastructure, and fast-changing land use patterns. One Tree Planted will direct its award toward a major reforestation effort in the Lake Wales Ridge State Forest, where 224,000 longleaf pine and slash pine trees will be planted across 137 hectares of degraded land. The project supports one of the Southeast's most threatened ecosystems and aligns national priorities around climate-resilient forestry, ecological health, and community readiness. 10 additional organizations received a collective $200,000 for localized efforts that strengthen Florida's ecological health and community readiness. Funding for the Florida Wild Mammal Association will support operations at its wildlife hospital. Oyster Corps, Florida Corps will expand hands-on training programs that prepare crews for coastal resilience and habitat restoration work. Conservation Florida will use its grant to host public BioBlitz events that encourage residents to document and better understand local biodiversity. Bach Tower Gardens will restore scrub habitat at Shadow Bay Park in Orange County, an important area for native species. Archbold Expeditions will continue its avian ecology research internship, which gathers critical data on the endangered Florida scrub jay and provides research training for young scientists. Education-focused investments. Education-focused investments include support for the Polk County's AgriFest program, which introduces fourth graders to agriculture, conservation, and environmental stewardship throughout the school year. The High Springs Police Department will use its award to launch Project Brink, integrating advanced drone technology to enhance emergency response and public safety during climate-related events. Conservation Florida will also host a series of free community engagement events in Orange and Osceola counties to increase access to conservation learning. WeDU PBS will continue producing segments for its Sustain program focused on environmental issues across the region. Tampa Bay Watch will apply its funding to coastal restoration projects at Coquina Key Bird Island and Maximo Park following Hurricanes Helene and Milton, reinforcing natural shorelines in some of the region's most impacted areas. Greater connection? Duke Energy Florida President Melissa Seixas emphasized the connection between healthy ecosystems and community well-being, noting that protecting natural resources is essential to building long-term resilience. Leaders from partner organizations echoed this outlook. The Nature Conservancy's Greg Knecht highlighted the importance of restoring public natural spaces, and One Tree Planted's Leslie White underscored the ecological and community benefits of large-scale reforestation. These awards represent a continued shift toward nature-based climate solutions, a strategy increasingly supported across the utility sector and reflected in broader resilience planning nationwide. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites presented by E+E Leader. For partnership opportunities, reach out to a member of our team.